Oh, it's finally here. We're doing an actual devlog for the YouTube. Basically, what I'm going to be doing from now on is I'm going to be summing up everything I did that week, this week, and I'm going to put it into the Monday video, and I'm going to just talk about it and do what I do. On TikTok, I'll be doing daily updates, and that's where all these videos are going to be coming from, and then but talking about it longer and going more in depth with everything and what I'm thinking about, and then more rambles, you know. Yeah, it's just Chell saying weird shit. That's what this YouTube channel is about. So the first thing I did this week was tackle the weapon animation and sounds. Now with shotgun, it's very simple. There's not really a whole lot of animating going on, but with the pistol, the slide wasn't going back. It was just like, it was very stationary and stiff, and it looked like just a bad video game. And so I added in that animation and I changed up the two sounds. So with the shotgun, here's the first sound and here's the second sound. I feel like there's a lot more of a boom to it, a lot more of a kick to it. And I'm really excited about it. And then the pistol sound, it was a little weird. There was something wrong with it and it just didn't sound right, and so I added in an actual pistol sound. I don't know how the first sound was recorded. I don't know. I don't really like it, but the new weapon sounds are actual recorded weapon sounds from real life. So that means that they're pretty realistic. I mean, they come from the actual weapons themselves, so I hope they're realistic. You can walk through most of the crawlers, like only their hips have collision because of how small that the capsule collider has to be. What I ended up doing, I tried giving the mesh itself a collision, and it ended up being really cool because when he comes up and bites you, it actually gives you a knockback just because that's what he does. And so I don't have to code any knockback. He's physically actually pushing into you, and I think that's really cool. So now you can't run past them as easily, and they're much more of a nuisance. And they're especially going to affect you when you're trying to run through the room, because the doors aren't as easy as just pushing a button and they open up. You have to actually move them with the camera, and so while you're doing that, it'll give them time to come up to you and hit you and get you out of the way, and now you can't move that door. So now you have to make decision, like, should you waste ammo on them, and maybe you'll cripple them rather than wasting the time to try and kill them, so that way you can get out of the room faster. Or are you actually fast enough to run past them, open up the door, and get through quickly enough before they get to you? That's up to you. That's completely up to you. I want limb dismemberment to be a huge effect to the game, and right now, these limbs, as you can see, are just placeholders. The Unreal Engine mannequin legs, they were just a proof of concept, so now we have to actually put in the legs. And so what I did was I went into Blender, and I just deleted the body, and I made sure to keep the arms, the legs, and the head, because those are the things that are going to fall off. I exported them, threw them into Unreal, and it was actually pretty simple. It only took a couple hours, and I think it looks really nice. And of course, once they're dead, they ragdoll and you can kick their body around. And I really think ragdoll is important. I hope you think it is as well. It's like one of the best features ever in any game ever. So of course it has to be in the game. With the splitter, you can only kill him by shooting him in the heart. But when he's in his first state, he's on all fours and he's covering his heart up. And so for you to kill him, you're gonna have to shoot one of his arms off and make him stand up. Now he's much faster and flailing around, but his heart is now revealed, and now is your opportunity to take him out. However, my first draft for the animation while he was standing up was a little too goofy, maybe silly, and also it just wasn't aggressive. It wasn't scary, and so I updated the animation in Blender, and now he flails around, and I think that's so much cooler, so much better. And then also it gives you even more of an opportunity to hit him in the heart, and I think it's so cool. Someone mentioned if he stands up far away from you, he should do the first animation, and then once he gets closer, he opens up and flails around, and I think that's a really cool thing to implement. That's just going to be something that happens in the future. Right now, I really like how it looks. So this whole time, the enemies have just been standing around. They're not really doing anything. And so I wrote a very simple behavior tree to just make them walk around. It chooses a random location kind of in front of them, roughly in front of them, and then and then they walk to that. It's a little janky right now. It's a little weird. It's just prototyping at the moment. I want them to have unique behaviors, different, so some creatures kind of stay in one spot, but other creatures like going out and really explore things. I don't want the player to ever feel incredibly safe. You know, sometimes when you clear a room, you should feel a little safe, of course. But let's say you leave a door open. I want an enemy to be able to just walk around it just out of curiosity. And then now they see you and then they come and attack you and you weren't even expecting that. So I think that would be really cool. And this is the beginning of that possibility. And finally, I am so excited to let you guys know about this. All I've been showing you is this underground brick wall, concrete floor, concrete ceiling, room-like theme. They're called level themes, and so this is the first level theme that I just felt like was super solid, and finally I was so excited to show everyone. And now I have the second one, and it's like this old rundown apartment building, like extremely on the nose back rooms. I know, but that's the thing. That's kind of what I'm working around here, and that's what I'm really excited about. I think it's more eerie. With each of these level themes, I'll be introducing more and more enemies and the different enemy types that kind of fit each theme. The skin crawlers and the splitter, those kind of fit the underground theme, and then slowly we're gonna work into some new weird enemies that fit this gross green apartment theme. Now, just a disclaimer, everything here is just concept and slowly improving and getting closer and closer to the right direction. A lot of this is subject to change. We're very pre-alpha. I really want to know your perspective on everything. Give me some feedback. What do you want to see? I can't promise anything, but I'm gonna do my best to do what I can, and I really want to know what you think about what's going on. I think that's everything I have to show you for this week, and I'm really excited about the future. Again, TikTok is where I do daily uploads of what's going on. And then we have the Discord. This is where everyone is, where we're kind of chatting about the game, just talking to each other, where we're sharing art. And we have art challenges. This week, the art challenge is a gas station, and I'm really excited about what's going on. I recommend checking out the Discord. And if you want to participate in the art challenge, you still have time. Friday is the deadline for the gas station. I also want to thank all of my patrons for supporting me. Oh, and one more thing. I stream 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We're making stuff all about the game, sometimes not the game. We're just, but it's art, it's Blender stuff, and it's a good time. We're all hanging out, chit-chatting, goofing around. So it would be awesome if I could see you there. And now, finally, I think that's everything. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you later.